Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Code with Khan. Okay, let's see today's LeetCode problem of the day. आज का प्रॉब्लम है 1200 मिनिमम एब्सोल्यूट डिफरेंस को फाइंड करना है, राइट? ओके, सो मिनिमम एब्सोल्यूट डिफरेंस का मतलब है इन द गिवन अरे हमको मिनिमम एब्सोल्यूट डिफरेंस फाइंड करना है. सो लेट्स सी द प्रॉब्लम. प्रॉब्लम को समझेंगे पहले. गिवन एन अरे ऑफ डिस्टिंक्ट इंटीजर. सो यहाँ पे हमको एक अरे दिया गया है ऑफ डिस्टिंक्ट इंटीजर्स. इट्स नॉट डुप्लीकेट इंटीजर्स, ओनली डिस्टिंक्ट इंटीजर्स विल बी अवेलेबल इन द अरे. Find all pairs of elements in the minimum absolute difference. So we need to find all the pairs in the array with the minimum absolute difference. So इससे क्या पता चलता है? We need to find the minimum absolute difference first, and then we have to find all the pairs with that minimum absolute difference. One thing is we need to find minimum absolute difference. Okay. Second thing is we need to find all pairs with above minimum absolute difference. Okay, and we need to return a list of pairs in ascending order with respect to pairs. Each pair a comma b follows. So a comma b are from the array and a should be less than b, and b minus a equals to the minimum absolute difference of any two elements in the array. Okay, now let's see the constraints. So constraints are array dot length is 10 to the power of 5. So इससे पता चलता है कि so we cannot go behind like we cannot. So if we choose n square approach, it would be 10 to the power of 5 into 10 to the power of 5. It is going to 10 to the power of 10. So we cannot go behind 10 to the power of 8, right? So we need to think of a solution which is less than n to the power of square. Okay, now let's see the key approach, key observation. So हमने यहाँ पे क्या observe किया है? So we need to find the minimum difference. So minimum difference कब हमको पता चलता है? So when we have a sorted array 1, 2, 3, 5, then we will be able to find the minimum difference between the adjacent elements, right? If you have elements like these, right, what is the difference between these two? Which is 2. But what is the difference between these adjacent elements? Which is only 1. So minimum, remember this, minimum difference can be always found in adjacent elements. Q, मान it is on a graph, right? This is 0, 1 है, ये 2 है, ये 3 है, ये 4 है. So distance between this 1 and 4 is 4 minus 1, which is 3. But what is the distance between its adjacent element, which is 2, is only 1. So minimum difference is always can be found between the nearest element, right? So we will sort the array and we will find the minimum absolute difference between the adjacent elements. Like 1 और 2 के बीच में minimum difference is 1, and 2 and 3 के बीच में minimum difference is also 1, and 3 and 4 के बीच में minimum difference also 1. So what is the minimum between all these three? Which is again 1. So we'll find all the pairs with difference 1. So we'll iterate the array again and we'll find the minimum difference which is equals to 1, and we will add this pair into the list. Got it? So let's see the approach now. So first we will sort the array, okay, and then what we will do is we'll find the minimum absolute difference by traversing the array, okay, and then we will find all pairs with the absolute difference. Okay, now let's say pseudocode. So first thing is we have to sort the array, given array, and then we have a minimum difference variable which is integer dot max value, and then we have to traverse the array. So for I is equals to 0 to I should be less than n minus 1, because we don't want to traverse till the last element, because there is no adjacent element for the last element, right? And then I plus plus. So minimum difference will be math dot min of this minimum difference, comma. So we need absolute value. So we'll use ABS function, method ABS of between which elements we need between it, ARR of I plus 1 minus ARR of I. Okay, we'll find the minimum difference between these two elements. Okay, so once we will assign this to the minimum diff. Okay, so once we have this minimum diff element, we again go to traverse the array. So now this time we will have a variable called list of integers. So we need to return this thing, which is the results equals to new array list. So now we'll again traverse the array, right? Now we have the minimum difference. Now we will check if absolute difference is equal to this minimum difference or not. So if ARR of I plus 1 minus ARR of I, so we need to find the minimum absolute difference, right? So we'll use math dot ABS of ARR of I minus ARR of I plus 1. So since we are finding absolute, we can write the order, like we don't care about the order. So if it is double equals to minimum difference, then we will add that pair into the result. So result dot add arrays dot as list of this ARR of I plus 1 and ARR of I. Okay, and at the end we'll return this result list. Okay, now let's see with one example. Okay, we'll do a dry run for this one, which is 4 comma 3 comma 1 comma 2. Okay, so first thing is we need to sort the array, which will become 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, and then let's find the minimum difference. So when I is equals to 0, we'll find difference between these two, which is 2 minus 1, which is 1. So minimum difference is currently 1. Then when I is equals to 1, difference between 3 and 2 is also 1. So we will update the minimum difference to 1 again. And when I is equals to 2, minimum difference is 4 minus 3, which is equals to 1 again. So minimum difference is already 1. When I is equals to 3, which is 3 is less than 4 minus 1, which is 3 again. 3 is less than 3. So the condition is failed. Loop will be terminated. So now minimum difference is 1. So now we will traverse the loop again and we'll check all the pairs. So we already know. So minimum difference is 1 now. Minimum difference is 1 now. So when we are let's take the list. So when I is equals to 0, so what is the variables? 2 comma 1, which is 2 minus 1, which is 1, which is equals to minimum difference. So we'll add this pair, 1 comma 2, and then when I is equals to 1, which is 3 minus 2 equals to 1, double equals to minimum difference. So we'll add this pair also, 2 comma 3, and when I is equals to 2, 4 minus 3, which is equals to 1, is double equals to minimum difference. So we'll add this pair also, 3 comma 4. And when I is equals to 3, so which doesn't satisfy this condition, so loop will be terminated, and we got this in the results, and we will return the results. Okay, now let's code it. I will share this in the code, so please check out the code, and before checking out the code, please try to do it yourself, so you will get the understanding. So okay, yeah, I think that's it. Thanks everyone. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. Thank you everyone.